Good afternoon or good morning or wherever you are. Welcome to our Friday in the kitchen. And if you are too tired to cook, then you are in the right place. May is burger month, and we are heading into a long weekend in Canada. And I think it's a long weekend in the US, the Memorial Day, I think. But if you are heading into a long weekend, what better than to have burgers to eat? And I'm going to show you a really simple, easy burger that you can make at home. It's a veggie burger. And I want to tell you, if you're thinking about burgers, don't compare it to the hamburger that you get, because it's not going to be the same. It's going to be totally different. Appreciate it for what it is on its own, that it is delicious and easy to make, and it's got all the nutrition that you need. So let's get going. First thing I'm going to do is I have some water on the stove, and I'm going to put some quinoa on to cook. So there's three main ingredients in this burger: beans, quinoa, and sweet potato, and you could put any kind of potato. So right now we're going to put the quinoa on. I buy, so I'm in Canada, so I usually buy the President's Choice organic quinoa, and it's pretty good because it comes in a package, or you can buy a big of it, either way. But what I like about it is that quinoa, there's seeds and nuts have a coating on it. It's called an enzyme inhibitor coating. That what that does is it keeps the seeds from rotting before they germinate. And when you put the seeds and nuts in the ground, they have to soak and get that enzyme inhibitor off of them before they can sprout and turn into a plant. And with the quinoa, they do have that enzyme inhibitor layer. So I encourage you to soak your quinoa before you cook it. And if you don't, then you'll still have some enzyme inhibitors. And different types of quinoa that you buy in the store may have some or not. This one is already pre-washed, so they've done their job to remove the enzyme inhibitors. But I want to show you, I soaked this for the morning. So I soaked this for about 3 hours, or 2 to 3 hours. And you can see all of this is all of those enzyme inhibitors and all of the stuff that was on the quinoa. So even if it's pre-washed, if you can, soak it ahead of time. So I have my quinoa here. I rinsed it, and the instructions say to put in 2 cups of water. What I love about quinoa, I've boiled my water, and let me just move that over so you can see my technology going here. I've boiled the water, and now I'm just going to add the quinoa. Then I'll simmer the quinoa for 15 minutes. And then it'll be done. So it's really easy to make. So super easy. So I had 2 cups of water, and then just the package of quinoa. Now there's different kinds of quinoa. I like, actually, you can buy black, red, or the white, the regular one. I have some that's the black and gold, they call it. And then this one here is just the gold. You can buy a tricolor one as well. And I'll show you, because the one that I cooked up yesterday for my demo is the black and the gold one. So I can show you that here. That's the black and the gold one. And I've cooked that up. You just let it simmer now. I'm going to turn down my heat and put a lid on and let it simmer for 15 minutes. And then it should be ready. So that's how easy it is to make quinoa. Now, while we're doing that, we're going to make our burgers. So all we're going to do, this is so easy, is I have about a cup of black beans. You can use other beans. This is a can. I used the President's Choice organic black beans. You can find other black beans, and we're just going to mash them. So I drained them and rinsed them, and I'm just going to smash it down with my fork. Now you can use I made this with the pinto beans as well, and they taste good too. They're a little different flavor because of different flavor of the bean. I found that the black bean is a little bolder flavor than the pinto bean. but they were both good. We're just going to crunch that down. And beans are great. They are a great source of protein and fiber. They're huge fiber as well. And some people have an issue with digesting the beans. If you do, start slow, just take a little bit at a time. So you can just do a smaller amount of beans and build up your gut is telling you that it's unable to digest it because it's a lot of fiber in it. So if you just do it slowly, you might build up your tolerance to the beans. So don't just dismiss beans if you have issues with the digestion. Go slowly and add them in. So I'm going to then add in my quinoa into this. And actually, I've got my sweet potato. So I baked a sweet potato in the oven, and I'm just going to open that up. And I can add that in as well. And then I'll add the quinoa here. We'll just add in a little bit of this, or the sweet potato into that. And I just baked it till it was soft. I can add it back in. And you can eat the skins too. So you could go ahead and eat the skins. You don't have to throw them out. Add in that. I'm going to just mash this in a little bit here. This sweet potato is pretty soft, and the softer it is, and the more you'll get the sweetness from the sweet potato. This one is pretty soft. I'm going to add in my quinoa here. Add in the quinoa. And then I've got some as well. So I have a mixture of nutritional yeast. I've got some garlic powder, onion powder, and some oregano here. You could add in other spices that you like. Maybe a paprika or some smoked paprika would be nice as well. And don't be too shy with your spices, because that's where you're going to get your flavors from your spices. Don't be too shy with them. All right, and you can add in also to bind it, to give it a little bit of a binding to hold it together. I find it's okay. But in the recipe, I also have flax seed that you can add in. So you want to grind up your flax seed. That's the best way to do the flax seed, is grind it up, or you can buy it already ground up. If you buy it already ground up, then make sure that you store it in the freezer. When it's just the whole seeds, if you grind it up, it can go rancid because it is got the omega-3 fatty acids. It will get rancid fairly quickly. So keep it in the freezer if that's the way. Or you buy the whole seeds and just grind them up as you need them. And there is our mixture. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it two ways. We're going to put it in the oven and we're going to fry it up. So if we put it in the oven, I'm just going to take a baking sheet and put parchment paper on it. So I have my baking sheet with my parchment paper. My oven is at 350, and 350 is the sweet spot for cooking and preserving the nutrients. So you don't want to go, as you go higher than 350, then you may be disturbing the nutrients in your cooking, in the foods. So I usually try to stay at 350. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some, what do we want with a burger but French fries? So I'm going to make up a couple of patties, and really I'm just going to make them up here. Now, the beauty of this is you can make a bigger batch and freeze them, and then just take them out when you want to use them, and you can just put them in the oven. So I've got my patty here that I'm going to put in the oven to bake until the outside is crispy. I am also going to take a patty and fry it. And when I fry it, my little trick that I like to get a really crisp on the outside is I like to coat it in a little mixture that has cornstarch with some nutritional yeast and some garlic powder. So what I'm going to do, I baked some potatoes up and I'm leaving the skins on. I washed them. And what I'm going to do, and these are cool now, and if you cool it, we're making little potato wedges. So if you cool your, do that. We just do that. You can add some spices to them. You could add some garlic powder, some paprika, some smoked paprika. I'm just going to add this to my baking tray with my, this is my individual meal just for myself. Maybe I'll do 2 potatoes. Pop that back in the oven. And we don't, this is why we don't need any oil. And then bake these potatoes until they're crispy, then golden. Start turning a bit golden. And voila, you've got little potato wedges that don't have all the oil in them and they're crispy. You can add your spices. I like them just the way they are, so I'm just going to leave them like that, but I could add on a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of seasoning, and I stay away from salt, but you could add a little bit of salt if you want to. And I'm just going to pop that in the oven. And now we're going to move over to fry up our burgers. See, yeah, we can see. I've got a little bit of olive oil. Now, ideally, if you do it without the oil, so I've been preheating the pan because with the stainless steel, what happens with stainless steel is that if it's not heated, it'll stick, and there's no guarantee it won't stick, so I'm just crossing my fingers. And you want to make sure that if you put a drop of water on it, it sizzles before you put the food in. So you can see it sizzling. So I have to be very careful putting my burger in. So Juju, I don't know if you missed this part, but I coated the burger with a mixture of cornstarch, nutritional yeast, and we're just going to let it go. So that's cornstarch, nutritional yeast, and some garlic powder. My oil that I use, I buy this at Costco. It is called Terra de Lisa. It is a cold pressed organic olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. So this is extra virgin olive oil, organic and cold pressed is what you should be buying for olive oil. And olive oil is so popular now, there are people that are cutting it, if you will. It's not pure olive oil. And my understanding is the way to tell if you have good olive oil is actually if it's cold, it will start to look murky. That will be a good sign that you have real olive oil. And you want to get that extra virgin olive oil, which means that it's cold pressed. And so it hasn't gone through any processing with heat on it. So this is pretty much if you're going to cook with oil, this is the one to use. Don't cook with your seed oils. Those are not good for cooking. So seed oils are going to be your vegetable oils, your canola oil, sunflower oil. They are not the best. And you know what? I just realized I forgot to put my teriyaki in. You can add a little teriyaki to I put the teriyaki along the side and forgot to add it to my burger. So add some teriyaki when you do your burger, but it'll be okay. So you just need to do this until it browns. So just a few minutes on each side is all you need. You can see that it's really getting brown on the side. Beautiful. So we'll let that cook. And I'm going to go back over to my cutting board and get my fixings ready So so you could put whatever you want. If you want, you can use a bun, but I'm trying to do this as the healthy. And so I've got a tomato. I'm going to just slice up a couple of slices of tomato here for myself on my burger. So I've got my tomato I'll put on the side. I have some onion. I'm just going to cut the onion. So I'm going to do like onion rings. So I've got red onion. You could do white onion if you like white onion. And later I'll chop the rest of this onion up. So I've got my onion. I'm just going to take the skin off, get rid of that. That might be a little much, but I'll just take a couple of rings of onion, add that to my plate. So that means my quinoa is ready now. Great. Let me go back, show you where I'm at on the cooking on the stove as we move forward. So we have our quinoa. I'm going to turn off the burger too. Now for my quinoa, it should be nice and fluffy. Voila, look at that. So it's nice and fluffy. So what I do is I just let it, I turn the burner off and I let it sit on the stove for about 5 minutes. And that's it. I have my burger here is ready to go. It turned that off as well. So I'm going to get ready and do my burger. And I am going to use some lettuce. So we used Boston lettuce or butter lettuce last week. And some of the people that were on didn't, if you're watching and you're not here is, so we call it Boston lettuce in Canada. In the US, I think it's butter lettuce. And this one is hydroponic, which means it's grown in water, which is actually quite nutritious. And so that it still has the end with the roots on, and you can just take the leaves off one at a time as you want to use them. This is beautiful for making lettuce bun. So I'm going to use this as my bun. I'm probably going to do 2 because I think it'll be there. Add my burger here. I think I need 2 buns. There's my burger ready to go. Going to add a little bit of some tomato and onion to it. You can add some condiments. Be careful with ketchup because if you use regular conventional ketchup like Heinz or any of those, I could cut this in half to make it into more like a folded up. I can do this to it too to make it one. Whatever I want, this is going to be. Whew. And I'm going to add it to my plate here. I've got my plate. I had my sweet potato on there. That's just the drippings from the sweet potato. And so you could add like Dijon mustard to this, whatever you want. And voila, you have a burger. Anybody have any questions? Oh, hang on. I forgot my fries. Let me get my fries. Gotta have my burger and fries. So here's some little crunchy fries that I did earlier. Oh, you can't see them. Oh. You can't see them. I gotta let you see them. Oh, there's my burger and my fries. And these are crunchy. So you can see they're pretty crunchy. And yeah, so this is a way to have burger and fries. Healthy. Any questions as I go to take a bite? Ooh, I think I need a napkin for this one. Yum. So this is way you can make burgers. Mm. Mm. Yeah. So good. It's real. And remember, everything here is nutritious and you can make it in the oven. I've made it both ways and it's great both ways. I've got my fries that are crunchy here. So they've got the crunch on the outside and they're soft inside. In my recipe, you can also take your potato, slice it up while it's still raw, put a little bit of olive oil and your spices on it and roast it in the oven, just like I did. But I'm trying to show you the oil-free way, and you can still get delicious fries. All right. Juju, are you going to send me a tall glass of beet berry bash? Oh my God, that sounds so good. I thought you were going to say beer, but I love the juice idea. All right, so let me pop the recipes in the chat. So there's one for the fries and one for the burger. So let me get those for you. Like I said, you could make a batch freeze the burgers and just take them out one at a time as you want to use them. And yeah, they're soft and gooey, lots of moisture in them. So they might fall apart on you a little bit, but that's okay. Just good, delicious food. All right. I don't know if there's any questions. If not, I want everybody to have an amazing long weekend. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend, whether it's long or not. Enjoy it. And we will see you next Friday. We will have another recipe for you.